Hello, my name is Catherine Wade, and tonight I'm going to be talking about an issue of abortion and its appropriateness to be in the political mainstream, if it's appropriate not to be a political buzzword, especially in an election year. I also want to familiarize yourself with the different pros and cons and the issues of abortion and how it affects the lives of the women involved, and as I said again, should it be part of our political issue, especially during a political year, and it's such a major topic between the fight between the Democrats and the Republicans. Does the topic of abortion, one of my main points is, does the topic of abortion belong in politics, or is it a choice that should be left up to the individual, the mother, or the individuals involved, and is it ethical to use it as a means for favorable approval in an election? Or should be left in the individual's hands? So, the first question I want to ask is, does anybody think it is appropriate to be a political issue?
No.
Because, give me a reason why, Mariah.
I don't know, I think it's kind of a personal thing. Up to the person in the situation, not somebody else's decision.
Okay. Any other opinions?
You guys
From a male's perspective, I want to hear this.
No, I do believe it's up to it's a personal decision. It's a personal battle that a lot of women have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, and I agree with that. Yet other people do believe also that it is infringing on a human being's rights, and rights tend to end up in the government's perspective in terms of laws. So,
I like your answer. One of the things I found out through my research was that women feel it is a political invasion of their body, like the government owns their body. So that was a very, very good point. Thank you. Anyway, back to topics. Do you believe that abortion should be okay, we already went over that. Through the research that I have conducted, I'd like to shed some light on the different things. Like I told you, a lot of the women say the government should know my body, I should have the right to choose, and then there's the pro-lifers that says, okay, well, the government should stand up in front of our side and say, this baby is frail, it is a human being, it's not an embryo, it has no rights because it's inside of the mother's womb, it's defenseless, and you need to stand up and defend this unborn fetus, embryo, child, because it can't defend itself. So the pro-lifers have got a pretty strong point of view on that. How does anybody feel about that?
I'm sorry.
No clue. No clue. Well, in this I want to give you a couple different things. According to Roe v. Wade, which was enacted in 1973, you had until the 12th week to abort a child legally in the United States. Before that, it was illegal. A lot of women were dying because of infection, because of botched abortions. And I brought this little chart to show you the different stages of gestation and what the baby would actually look like. The baby has a brain, it has eyes, it's starting to form its extremities, their hands, their mouth, their feet. This baby can actually be aborted. So I want everybody to take a good look at that. The issue of abortion really hit mainstream media and politics during the Roe v. Wade in 1973. Before that, nobody wanted to talk about it. It was a back alley issue. People were dying over it. Since then, no other issue in our political history has ever been so fiercely debated to the point where people have died for their choice. The court ruling gave the right to choose and the right to privacy back to the mother carrying the fetus in Roe v. Wade. And as you know, it has been a political hot point. It is a #1 issue that is fought between Democrats and Republicans. And for people that don't know, 71% of Republicans are pro-lifers, 68% of the Democrats are pro-choicers. Conservative versus liberal. According to the most recent poll taken in 2000, that only 2% of abortions were due to rape and incest. I don't know if anybody's heard of Todd Akin, who is Republican, who is on the Mitt Romney, well, he's Republican side, and I know that Mitt Romney, they've had some legal backlash because of that. He did say that a woman's body will shut down during an act of rape or incest. So it has brought a lot of political heat on Republicans because of that. But that is actually statistical, and that's the only recent statistic that I could find. This has been on the political forefront with the Republican Party, as I said, during the Todd Akin hearings, Republican senator from Missouri. The statement has caused so much ripple effect through the Republican Party that does it really need to be a buzz issue, or there are other things that are more important to our government that they need to be focusing on right now? There was a case in 2004 from the Guttmacher Institute that points out the specific reasons why a woman would choose abortion. 74% of them reported that it would automatically and dramatically alter their lives. 73% said that there were money issues, they couldn't afford to raise a child. 48% said they did not want to go through being a single mom. 32% said they're not ready. 12% was over health issues, and 1% was a victim of rape, and 0.5% was a victim of incest. When interviewing several politicians in previous election years, they did agree there was a controversial issue, but one key point that they did raise was, and this is coming from Hillary Clinton and who was the other one? Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, or her husband actually. It depends on circumstances. And that's been the political debate. It depends on circumstances. Should government be for it, or should government leave it up to the individual? According to the Gallup long-term poll that was conducted between 1996 and 2009, the majority of Americans were neither pro-choice or pro-life. So that means it's become a political hot point, but really, it's not for the general public. It's 48 to 57% said it should be a legal issue only under certain circumstances. 21 to 34% said it should be legal. It should not be legal under any circumstances. So it's pretty divided as far as that goes. And according to the positions on U.S. politics, the Republican Party has always been pro-lifers. Democrats have always supported a woman's right to choose. In 2008, the Republican Party says, faithful to the first guarantee of the Declaration of Independence, we assert that the inherent dignity and sanctity of all human life and affairs should be for the unborn child, and fundamentally the right of life should not be infringed upon, and it is an act of murder. And that's from the Republican Party. And the same year, in 2008, the Democratic Party strongly and unequivocally supports Roe versus Wade, a woman's right to choose that a safe and legal abortion should be able to be conducted without regards to any and all efforts to weaken the right of the woman to have that right. There are still the pro-lifers out there that believe that abortion should be banned, and these are the reasons that they give. That abortion is a form of murder. Major psychological damage occurs to the woman in an abortion. People have the right to not to see their tax dollars go to something that they find immoral. Abortion eliminates the legal right of the unborn. Abortion is against the doctor's Hippocratic oath, thou shalt not kill. Government gets control over a woman's body. You picked that one up. It was really good. So, the pro-choicers, this is their argument, that back alley abortions would increase if it were made illegal, leading to increased risks of more young women dying or becoming sterile. It's arguably better for society to have babies aborted than to have them brought up poor, neglected, where not only the child suffers, but may contribute to the demoralization of society through crime, welfare, etc. And one brief mistake shouldn't affect a person's life for the rest of their lives. They think that's really atrocious. Abortion is not murder because it's performed before a fetus has developed into a human being. Now, after seeing those pictures, does anybody believe that?
It's not full grown, but
Yeah, it has a brain. Some of their organs are starting to develop. The baby can suck its thumb, so it has instincts. In conclusion, the issue of abortion For it to be in the political mainstream, especially during an election year, the decision will probably forever be divided with no real conclusion for the pro-lifers or the pro-choicers. They will continue to bring the issue to the forefront, claiming that, in fact, abortion is murder and that the government needs to be involved at every level. To set up legislation and laws to protect the unborn and to prosecute the injustice acts of murder. And the pro-choicers want government involvement to support their right to choose and their right to privacy. So in defense of several political figures that have spoken for and against this issue, which are notably Hillary Rodham Clinton and Todd Akin now as of current, it depends on circumstances.